was asked to tie this fly. This is a shrimp pattern that I do. It's tied on a Gamakatsu B10S stinger hook. I already got it in vise. Olive 210 flat wax thread. Go ahead and lay down a nice little base. Go about a quarter of the way down the bend. Cut off your tag. First material, UV ice dub in light olive. Grab a little chunk of that, kind of rip stack it, even up the ends, kind of find the middle. We're gonna 50-50 tie this. Pull it back over. Pull that out, cut it at an angle. Just a little green tuft coming out the back. Next, orange cactus chenille. Actually, I take that back. Got ahead of myself just a bit. One strand of black crystal flash. Then I like to leave that about probably 2.5 inches long. Now it's time for the cactus chenille. Tie that in. Get your thread out of the way. Palmer that while pulling it back. Helps create a nice little thread ball to imitate like a egg sac or something. And just tie that off, secure it. Trim off your excess and your thread like I just did. But not to worry. Just start it at the front. And tie it back in. No big deal. Then stroke everything back and kind of tie back over it until you get a nice little orange bump. Alright, next we got the eyes. These are just homemade UV melted mono eyes. I like to crimp the end flat and bend it. Just makes it an easier tie-in for me. Go ahead and lay down a bunch of thread over those, make sure they don't go anywhere. Bring it back up front. And now we're going to tie in our shrimp and craytail from fish skull in size large. I use a little bit of gel super glue just to give me some peace of mind. Tie that in, leave a little gap so you can whip finish at the end of your fly, and then just wrap over that a whole bunch of times. Crank it down, lots of thread pressure. Build up a little bump right in the front where the two pieces meet. And then bring your thread back down to the ball. Legs. Silly legs. Hot tips. Next, UV polar chenille in gold. Except, there we go. Couldn't find the end of that for a second there. Tie that in. And advance your thread all the way to the front. Hackle pliers make this a lot easier. Palmer everything while stroking everything back, touching wraps. Tight as you can get it. Whoops. And that's what happens when you hit your phone. And looks like we used up that whole piece. Go ahead and wrap over that. I like to leave about 3/16 of an inch of gap back here at the back to tie in our wing. I kind of give a little preliminary trim to this. Everything gets cut at an angle. Kind of creates a little cone shape. Gives it the illusion of a shrimp body and shrimp legs. Make sure to don't accidentally cut your silly legs, because I've done that, and that'll really tick you off. Bring your legs kind of up over the eyes so they pop out the front. And then just even them up. Now the top wing of this fly, which is actually hook point up, is EP fiber. The dreaded EP fiber. It's one tuft off the hank about, if you compress it, it's maybe the size of a bodkin needle. And then this I just cut in half. And this is probably the only thing I do with my EP. I like to brush it out. I feel like it gives me a better shape. And then I just taper it by pulling the ends. Pull the center out a little bit. And you just measure it out. I like it to be about 2 to 2.5 times the length of the hook shank. Measure that out. Cut it off flush. And tie it in right there on that space. Pull that back so you can cover it. Wrap it down. And make a little bit right there on that space that you left open so you can whip finish. And then split the hook with the EP, pull it forward. And I like to finish these with super glue. You can use UV gel if you want. I feel like the super glue makes it bomb proof. And that's it. That's my little backcountry skrimp. Enjoy.